and welcome to Smaulgld's Perth Mint silver sales update for the month of September. Well, it is a tale of two mints. The US and Perth Mint are posting dramatically different results for both gold and silver. Let's take a look at what's happening at Perth Mint. Well, Perth Mint sales were up to 697,849 ounces, which was up 78% from August this year when the Perth Mint sold 392,000 ounces. Now, year over year, September Perth Mint sales were down from September 2016 when the mint sold over 1 million ounces, but still 697,000 or near 700,000 ounces is a decent amount of silver, especially when you compare it to the just 325,000 American Silver Eagles sold in September at the US Mint, which means that the Perth Mint sold over 2.14 times the amount of silver than the much larger US Mint. So we're seeing a change now in the leadership position, I suppose, because the US Mint always sold more gold and more silver than the Perth Mint. For the last 8 months in a row now, the Perth Mint has sold more gold, and for the last 2 months of 2017, the Perth Mint has actually sold more silver as well. So as we mentioned the other day, Perth Mint sold 46,415 ounces of gold, which is 5.8 times more than the 8,000 1-ounce American Gold Eagle coins that the US Mint sold in September. By the way, I'm doing this YouTube, this VidMe, this BitChute without a headset, and I did an interview with the Daily Coin. You can check that out, and people said the sound quality was good enough, so I'm going to continue, and while I wait for the new headset, not to miss any podcasts. Let's take a look at the charts now. So the Perth Mint silver sales in September were better than August, better than April, better than February, and better than last December, but lower than the rest of the month. So it was a decent month. It wasn't a blowout month, and it was worse than last September, but overall, not a bad month. So we could say business as usual at the Perth Mint in terms of silver, same with gold at the Perth Mint. We cannot say that with respect to US Mint sales. Here's your pitch to donate to Smaulgld. You can do so via PayPal, via Bitcoin, via Litecoin. Those links are below the YouTube, the BitChute, and the VidMe. And also, you can consider becoming a patron. We now have 11 patrons. I'm still looking for that dozen. So please consider making a monthly donation to Smaulgld. By the way, if you're interested in buying Perth Mint coins, gold or silver, you can do so through the links below this video and also on the Smaulgld website. There's more choices and more links on the Smaulgld site, but you can still find SD Bullion and BGSC. And then you can check out on the website Golden Eagle Coin Money Metals Exchange. You can compare your pricing and shipping. If you want to buy Perth Mint or any other products, gold or silver, not an investment advice to do so, but if you are going to do so, you can compare pricing and shipping at those links, and Smaulgld does get a small commission, so you can help the site out in that way. Remember, if you're going to buy, you pay no more, no less than if you click through to those sites from Smaulgld than if you visited them directly. Also, if you're interested in doing a little crypto play, you can sign up for a Coinbase account. They will give you $10 worth of free Bitcoin if you buy $100. There's links below and also on the Smaulgld site. And Smaulgld also gets $10 worth of free Bitcoin. Not investment advice for you to get involved in cryptocurrencies, but if you've done your research, you know what you're doing, or if you don't know what you're doing, but you've decided that's what you're going to do, you can do so through Coinbase and get started with $10 worth of free Bitcoin. Now let's look at the US Mint versus the Perth Mint recently. It's obvious that the US Mint is a huge seller of silver and has been since 2008, often selling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 million ounces of silver in a month, especially early in the year, in January. And you can see January was no different this year. They sold about, well over 5 million ounces. And the Perth Mint, ever since they came out with the Silver Kangaroo, has been now selling about 1 million ounces a month, but nowhere near the large 3 or 4 million ounce months that the US Mint typically has been having for the last decade. But you can see now in June and in September, Perth Mint, with its modest sales, has managed to outpace the U.S. Mint. So this is a very telling chart here. Not so much for the Perth Mint. Perth Mint already had its big spike. You can see that here when they introduced the Australian silver kangaroo, and ever since then you can see the sales, it's like the demarcation line, they've increased and they've stayed higher than the period before the kangaroo, the pre-K. And so here's your kangaroo. If you want to buy, they just click there and you can buy. That coin actually is cheaper than the Canadian maple leaf and the American silver eagle, but it's still same size. It's still an ounce of silver. It's still 999 pure, and it's legal tender. So some people consider this to be a good bargain. And we're going to do a poll at the end, so stay tuned for that. Now let's look at the what I was talking about here with the Perth Mint sales. You could see that they're good, but even in its best month, this is September 2015, when the U.S. Mint and the Canadian Mint ran out of silver blanks to make silver eagles and silver maple leafs, the Perth Mint jumped in because they actually make blanks, and they figured, well, we'll just stamp something on them. They came up with the kangaroo, why not? That's the iconic symbol of Australia. They also make koalas and kookaburras and other coins as well, but they decided to make the kangaroo bullion product, not a limited edition product, and they would make it in amounts that investors wanted. And you could see people that couldn't get eagles or maple leafs, they bought a lot of those. And then when the other coins came back online, their demand fell, but still they've developed a reputation for having a solid bullion product, and they now sell more post-K than they did pre-K. Let's get to that poll here. Oh, thank you for voting. All right, so there's only 68 votes here, but it looks like the major coins, silver eagle, silver maple leaf, and the kangaroo, have picked up well over half of the overall votes. The Austrian Philharmonic, I'm surprised, only has one vote. That is a bullion coin, and like these other three, the design never changes. It is legal tender. It just doesn't seem to be too popular. The koala also doesn't look to be too popular. The koala and the kookaburra, though, are made every year in limited amounts at the Perth Mint, so there is some value, and the designs change every year. Same with the silver panda. They're limited editions. They only make about 8 million. They used to make under a million, but 600,000. But even when they make 8 million a year, I don't know how many get shipped to the U.S., so they're probably a decent premium on those as well. Some people seem to like those. The Libertads are also minted often under $1 million a year, but they don't seem to be that popular, and that design hasn't changed since 1984. In fact, not only did the design change, I think it was 1984, but they used to make the coin, it was more of a slug. It was much thicker, and it wasn't as wide, and it, of course, there's large in circumference, and they changed that to be more like the rounds we see today and all these other coins. It was a much clunkier coin. And then there's a British Britannia, which I think suffers some marketing. You don't really see that coin around very much, and got one vote. So if you want to vote, go to the Smaulgld website. I'll leave a link below. If you can't find it, it's very easy to find Smaulgld. You just go to the site, you click silver, and if you just click on it, you'll see all the silver stories. Also, there's a search function on the site. That's hard to find, but once you find it, you can search for what you're looking for on Smaulgld. The other thing is you can always go on Google, type in what you're looking for, and you'll find it there. But that search is pretty hard to find. I'm going down, down, down. Where's the search? I might even have passed it and didn't see it, so you could easily see how one could miss this. There it is, the search right there. This one you might miss. Here's your gold money. If anyone wants to sign up for gold money, you can do so through the Smaulgld site. Smaulgld got a small commission. I've never gotten a commission. No one's ever signed up with gold for gold money from Smaulgld. I guess placing it way down here doesn't help, but if you are interested, that is an interesting way to store gold. You can have it delivered to you, but you can also leave it with them and they store it, insure it, which is quite convenient. And I think you get places you can pick where you want it stored. And they also have the same for silver, and they put in your credit card and you can buy small amounts So it's a very convenient way. And unlike an ETF, the way gold money works is open 24/7. You could access or order your gold, or it's not reliant on, it's allocated to you, which is different than an ETF where you most likely would never ever be able to get them to deliver gold to you, whereas with gold money, you can have it delivered to you. And also it's outside the banking system, so you can actually trade on their platform. I think it's 24/7. So, and you can get the prices that they have. So if you're interested in that, you can do it. There's another one too, which again would be hard to find. And as the time wants to scroll down the Smaulgld sidebar, there's another one called Bullion Vault, which is very similar. There's gold money again. Maybe it's not even on here anymore. But they also have the same type of program. Anyway, thanks for listening. Tomorrow we're going to do the, in case you missed it, top gold and silver stories. We've got more on this ridiculous gold-backed yuan story, which they seem to keep stretching out as to, well, it might happen this year, it might happen next year, or something like this might happen. I think Egon von Greyerz was on Kid World News saying it hasn't been confirmed yet. So this story, I'm convinced now, is going to go the same way as all these other fake stories like Comex default. They all stem from what I call the fake but accurate Dan Rather mentality. Yes, China is doing things to undermine the dollar, or would like to undermine the dollar. Yes, China is buying gold. So they figure, well, this is plausible that they might do this. Why don't we just say they are going to do it? Don't give a date. And then you get, you know, Jim Rickards said, China announced this. China didn't announce anything. Because if they did, I want to see the source. Well, then when they're told, well, you can't take gold off the Shanghai Gold Exchange, so, well, China will source it from wherever they're going to source it from. They just keep changing the story. They won't admit that the story isn't true. They'll say, well, it's directionally true. Again, it's fake but accurate. But if you ask for a source, you're not going to get one. At least I haven't seen one. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.